India has taken a big stand on Afghanistan, joining Russia, China and Pakistan in a rare diplomatic snub to the US. Specifically, US President Donald Trump and his push to take back the Bagram base in Afghanistan. And this move comes just days before the Afghan foreign minister, remember, makes that historic first visit to New Delhi, marking a big moment in India's engagement with the Taliban regime. While the joint statement issued by the participants of the Moscow format consultations did not explicitly mention the base, it made the stance crystal clear. The statement condemns what it calls attempts by countries to deploy their military infrastructure in Afghanistan and neighboring states, since this does not serve the interests of regional peace and stability. The Moscow format consultations brought together senior officials and special representatives from Afghanistan, India, Iran, Kazakhstan, China, Kyrgyzstan, Pakistan, Russia, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan. Belarus also attended as a guest. For the first time, the Afghan delegation, led by the foreign minister, participated as a full member, a historic moment in itself, as it highlights Taliban's evolving diplomatic engagement since the group took control of Kabul in 2021, following America's chaotic withdrawal from the country. And while India and China have expressed opposition to the US reclaiming the base, their concerns are distinct and not directly linked to Pakistan's strategic interests. But for Pakistan, the primary issue here is the potential shift in the regional power balance in a way that could render its own Peshawar base less critical. And if the US re-establishes a foothold at Bagram, it may overshadow Peshawar's role and diminish its relevance in the broader regional security framework. And so, in a sense, Pakistan's stance is driven by its need to stay relevant. As for the US, the Bagram airfield, located in Afghanistan's Parwan province, has long been a cornerstone of the US military operations in the region. Established during the Soviet era and later expanded by the US, it became the largest American base in Afghanistan. And for Donald Trump, since he took office in January, and even before that, for that matter, he has repeatedly demanded the Bagram Air Base be returned to America, years after the 2020 agreement that paved the way for the American withdrawal from Kabul. At a press conference in September itself, Donald Trump said, and I'm quoting here, "We gave it to the Taliban for nothing. We want that base back," quote unquote. The Taliban, however, have remained firm. Their chief spokesman, in fact, has stated, I'm quoting here, "Afghans will never allow their land to be handed over to anyone under any circumstances." But as far as India is concerned, India's opposition to Trump's plan is notable. While New Delhi is yet to officially recognize the Taliban regime, it has continued humanitarian and development assistance in Afghanistan. And now, ahead of the foreign minister's visit, India is signaling its stance clearly, aligning with the regional partners to oppose the US bid and sending out a subtle message to both Washington and Islamabad. The airbase lies about 50 kilometers from Kabul. It is Afghanistan's largest airbase, with two concrete runways spanning 3 and 3.6 kilometers. Its strategic location, as well as its capacity to host the large military planes, making it a crucial stronghold, historically vital to America's war on terror. The joint Moscow format statement also emphasized counter-terrorism cooperation, regional connectivity, and Afghanistan's sustainable development, highlighting initiatives in healthcare, agriculture, poverty alleviation, and disaster prevention. And with the Afghanistan foreign minister set to visit India later this week, cleared by the UN Security Council despite sanctions, Delhi's careful balancing act actually shows a larger diplomatic strategy. India is signaling that while it remains committed to humanitarian support and regional stability, it will not align with the US attempts to reassert military control in Afghanistan. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.